Hello. I did say in the last part that if I weren't lazy, then I'll make a conclusion to everything that happened in Timor and how and what my I guess my thoughts are on it and about the entire trip. Currently, everyone's doing some work because of a. We had work that had to be done before we left. I finished them all first, but he did say minimum finished, so you can leave. If not, then you can just do it all or not. Either do minimum or do it all. I did it all, so I have nothing else to do. So I'm gonna record this, I guess. Um, the thoughts on the trip. What happened? I guess the first things first. First time traveling alone, but still not fully alone. I saw friends, and it was pretty cool. First impressions were cool. All their family members, all the people that I met, they were all nice. Um, but yeah, it was I can't I don't really say much. It was just a really nice time. I actually, did other things than look at my phone most of the day because we traveled a lot, so then I had less time to look at my phone. And when we did stop, we were with other people, so I couldn't look at my phone. I don't be very rude. But yeah, it was pretty nice. Even though with Johnny, most of the time I was on my phone because we didn't go anywhere. So that's one of the times that I stayed at home. But I still had company with all his brothers, all his siblings, I guess. Now, for those who might have not caught on yet, or who trusted fully to what I said in the videos, you might be thinking, why did I not record while I was in the car, in the bus, as I said? The bus is a bit of a thing because I just can't be bothered to record when there's other people around me. Just feels a bit awkward. I didn't stop because, okay, I was next to someone else, like my friend, and no one else was really around me. But when people are like visibly see me, I'm a bit not sure about me doing it. Now, about traveling around with a car, that was a complete lie. Except for the times when actually traveling back to America, those are actually that use the car, as you saw in the video, were using two of them actually were using cars, as you can visibly see. I think only one of them. But I mean, those are the times actually using car. And shocker, and I'm sorry, Papa. I know you said, I know that you strictly said no motorcycles because, I guess it's fine to be motorcycles, but I ended up using motorcycle for the entire trip, from being at getting to Kefa, and then once we started there, traveled around Kefa, traveled around Atambua, all using a motorcycle. Yeah, and traveled from Kefa to Atambua using a motorcycle as well. So yeah, surprise, surprise. We use motorcycle to travel around the place. But yeah, um, besides that, we just had like a lot of friendly people that we met. A lot of people that I'm definitely not gonna be able to forget. They're all kind. They're all just friendly. Hi.
Are you speaking with someone?
No, I'm trying to record a conclusion about my holiday in Timor.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Good.
And that was Bruder Martin. He's I think he was an MJ. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say anything about him. But he was a really nice guy. He's on his holiday at the moment, so he's here. Um, but yeah. The time at Timor was definitely a fun time. Traveling around Kefa, Jesus Christ, the chainsaw. Traveling around Kefa with just like all my friends. I guess Kefa with only Akon most of the time because around the end, Johnny went to Atambua after the first day because it was very late and he couldn't continue the bus because it was like an 8-hour trip already. So yeah. And then yeah, we went around Kefa. We rode around Kefa. We did ride a Bema once, but that's about it. And then yeah, it was just fun. We met a lot of cool people. I tried a lot of things. I tried a lot of things, but I still have not tried Siri Pinang or drinking alcohol there. That's the one thing that I still have not done. Which is, yeah, I chose not to. They offered me. They tried to get me to eat Siri Pinang. I guess no. But yeah, I just declined all the offers, which is I guess just on me. But yeah, I pretty much did travel a lot. I say that was a good time, and definitely out of my normal day, normal day in life activities. Just sitting in my room. Well, usually Jakarta, sitting in my room, and on the laptop with my phone, playing games, chatting with people online. still playing games with them as well. But on holiday, I guess a lot less online because of quota specifically. Yeah, I mean I still play games, especially, but not as often as I usually do. And I'd say that was a pretty good experience to have. First time being at Timor, experienced all the I guess cities. I started with Kefa, went to Tambua, and then on the way back went to Soy, and then went to Kupang. Yeah, we technically started with Kupang, but we didn't stay there, so we just left to Kefa. So I think stayed in Kefa first, Atambua, then went on the way back went to Soy, and then went to Kupang. Stayed there each of them Fridays at night. It's pretty nice. And yeah, only how that changed. Only thing that I'm a bit nervous about is Papa, don't you please just this is all that happened. I just told them that I'm here for his noodle. The first days, a few days in Kefa, I actually did eat pretty healthy. Rice and tofu, yeah, but I think it was good. And then as soon as I reached Atamua, Jonas and Ronnie's house, because they know my favorite food is noodle, they kept on serving me instant. Yeah, Pantone was a very big process in that. I always inhale it every day because of that. My actually. So I ate noodle pretty much every day for a week straight. That was a lot. And then we did end up going jogging and everything, which was pretty healthy. We went around the place. It was a fun time in general. Will I do it again? Like I said in the last part. And then, yeah. Well, I guess that was yesterday for me because this is recorded Tuesday, the day after I recorded the Forgotten Night recording. I would do it again if I was offered to, but if it's to take me, if it's like to overlap with like going back for Christmas with family, no. I prioritize. Of course, first we always prioritize God. That's just a no-brainer. We always prioritize God. But then I prioritize my family, and then myself, and then my friends. You should not prioritize your friends over you. You should not prioritize you or yourself over your family. Well, I guess technically you could, but either put on the same level or on you under your family, because that's at least that's my perspective at the very least. And then yeah, this is the conclusion video about everything that happened. Rode a motorcycle everywhere, pretty nice. A lot of wind, wore a helmet, wore a masker. Pretty interesting stuff happened. And yeah, meeting some people that I would probably never meet if I didn't go there. One place that I probably would never go to if I wasn't there. I better use that. But yeah. If you're wondering where I am, you can probably tell. I think you can because that's a reflection. This is the kitchen on the top floor of the congregation house. I guess I think you can call this a monastery yet. Congregation house. But yeah, we are just they're doing work because they still have work to do. I already did finish my work for this moment, so I'm just doing this as a recording. So I'm just saying that I will do it again. It was a fun time, and I'm very thankful for I guess the time for the holiday that I've gone, because this is definitely a thing that I would probably never do normally myself. Because knowing me, I just probably sit there with Wi-Fi, a strong connection, of course, sitting there with a laptop or computer, a strong one, like laptop I have at home, like decent 8 gigabytes, I think, and then sit there with a connection, playing games all day, probably about 8 hours a day. A very unhealthy life for me, which is why I was very pale, and I think now I should get a bit darker skin because I've been traveling around a lot. Yeah, well, experiences were good, experiences were bad. Some things, most of them were good though. And if you saw, I definitely am not as afraid of animals as I used to. I mean, of course, I'm still very scared of a dog or cat or any animals like hissing or barking at me or like at the ready to attack. I'm just gonna no. But yeah, it was a fun time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's the conclusion. Sorry, Papa, Mama, for me riding a motorcycle, but it had to be done. I didn't mind at all. It was an experience. And yeah, I guess this is the end of the actual whole thing. I'm not gonna update anything else on this. Maybe see some other stuff, but who knows? That's the end of it all. Thank you for watching throughout the entire series. Thank you for everyone because you're probably the only people who actually know me in the congregation or my family members. Thank you for supporting me, even though it's just a journey I chose because my friends invited. So yeah, thank you also to all my friends who invited me to their homes and for all their family members. Very thankful for everything. I'll see you around now. Stay safe. May God bless you all.